Okay, so one more module to show you in EYFS. So from the top level here, we're going to click on Chatty Subjects, EYFS, and then we're going to look at traditional tales. At the moment, we've just got a couple of traditional tales, but we will be adding to these as time goes by and as we get requests from schools. I think we've got plans to do Jack and the Beanstalk and Three Billy Goats Gruff, Little Red Riding Hood possibly. But if there's one that you always do, give us a shout, drop us an email, and we'll see if we can incorporate it. Okay, so let's have a look at Goldilocks and the Three Bears first. And as usual, I always suggest going into word map just to get familiar with the core vocabulary that we're covering here, just so that you know when you're showing a child a picture which word is associated. Mostly it's obvious, but sometimes it's a little bit more abstract. And of course, any one of these you could choose to mind map with your children. As I've said in each of the other modules, help, this makes a really nice activity for checking how much children are remembering the vocab and consolidating what they've learned. So it's just a nice review tool. Maybe you'll do some teaching in the morning, and then after lunch you might do a quick review and just go over it again, see who's remembering, and then maybe a day later you'll review it again, maybe next week you'll review it again, maybe in 2 weeks you'll review it again. So this mind map tool makes a great way of reviewing and checking. If you click on the word,
Goldilocks,
it says what it is, and we could work our way around this. So where do you find Goldilocks? She's in the forest, in the bear's cottage. Don't think we want an apostrophe there, do we? In the cottage of the bears. Maybe one at the end after the S. What's the initial sound of the word? It's a G sound. Should I do that as a capital? There we go. Let's do both just to be on the safe side. What does Goldilocks look like? She has golden hair. She's a little girl. What group does this belong to? It's traditional tales. Put this word in a sentence. Goldilocks found the cottage where the three bears live. Whatever the sentence you want.
Goldilocks.
So you could screen capture that. But the main teaching tool when I'm trying to teach words in the first place would be word cards. So again, we've got nice big pictures.
Daddy bear.
It will say it if you click on each one. And we've got a spinner, which is going to
Porridge.
help us go through each one. So what's this called? It's called porridge. What does porridge look like? Well, it's usually white, isn't it? A little bit lumpy. You find it in your kitchen, may have it for breakfast. The initial sound of the word is the P sound. So you're going to give this to the children in the first instance and keep consolidating it until they can give it back to you quite happily. What's a word that goes with porridge? I might say breakfast, might say milk, might say cereal, might say spoon or bowl. All of these words just help to add to the vocabulary system and to form connections between words. Can they think of another word that's in this same Goldilocks group? So maybe Daddy Bear or Baby Bear. Back to the beginning, go on and teach another word, etc. Then you'll review it using word map, check that they're remembering it, and then you've got a nice composite picture. So this is just here for discussion. So you can also use these blank level questions if you like. It goes from easier level 1 right through to harder level 4. 65% of 4 to 5 year olds should have reached level 4, but many children get stuck at a level earlier than that. Also, children with difficulties such as autism, SEMH, social communication, attachment needs, these children can get stuck at level 2 or level 3 and need a lot of help before they ever move on to that more abstract understanding of language. If they don't ever make progress, then that's going to impact them when they come to try to do any reading comprehension, as there's always stuff that's reading between the lines, inference, prediction, problem solving, making judgments, talking about other people's thoughts and words. All of this sort of stuff is just expected for children, but many children haven't got it. So you can assess children on what blank level they're up to by using our blank levels tool, which sits within Chatty Emotions. There's a screening part to blank levels and then a teaching part. So you can find out what level they're at. And then there's loads of teaching resources where you can actually show them, help them, model language to them so that they can move through these different levels of comprehension. In the settings here, you can say what level questions you want to be displayed. So if we think most of our children at level 1 and 2, we don't necessarily want to see questions for 3 and 4 until they're ready to start moving on to those. On the other hand, if our children seem to already have 1 and 2, we can just say, start showing me the level 3 questions. I'll just set that back to having all levels in there. Okay, so that just gives you an idea. You don't have to use the blank levels, you can just use it as a story starter, conversation piece, you know, what do they remember from the story? And then we've got games. I'm sure you'll have worked out these by now.
Porridge.
Just in case you've not come across them before.
Asleep.
Okay, so if you click on the picture, it says what it is.
Goldilocks. Porridge.
Ah, we've had porridge before, so now we've got a pear. If you think 8 cards is too easy for a child, click on settings and make it a bit harder by showing 12 pictures. I would say for EYFS, 8's probably appropriate for the vast majority, but you may have some that it's too easy for. Kim's game, we've got porridge, bed, cottage and broken chair. Which one has been hidden? Was it chair or bed? I think it was bed. If you get it wrong, you just get a sad face. So I'm going to play again. Show me 4 different pictures. We've got broken chair, we've got asleep, we've got baby bear and porridge. Let's hide one. Oh, was it daddy bear or porridge? Let's get it wrong. And then we'll get it right. Hey. So you get the idea of that. And then magic cups. There's the chair.
Chair.
Let's start the game. So chair is going to get hidden away underneath the cups. And the cups are going to move around. We've got to try and remember where they go to. I think it was this one over here. Yeah, just get a little puff of confetti. If you think that's too easy for the children you're working with, again, there's a setting which makes it much harder. And the cups move around a lot more and they move much faster. So just see which level you think is appropriate. And that explains everything for Goldilocks. 3 Little Pigs is identical. So again, familiarise yourself with the vocabulary. You can use any of these on the smartboard to check how much the children are remembering. Go into word cards and you can work your way through. You've got your vocabulary prompts, try and help it stick a bit better. And then you've got a composite picture. It shows the different types of houses and oh, who's hidden behind there? What happened before this? What might happen after it? Or use our blank levels of comprehension questions. Okay, if something comes up in red, that's just a prompt for the adult. Let me go back to one where that happened. Oh, there we go. So it says adult, point to the wolf and then say, who is this? So it's just giving the adult instructions on what they need to do to get the right answer from the child. So there you go. You know how to change the different blank levels on view. You know how to play the games now because I've already demonstrated. So I hope you find that useful. As I say, we will be adding more traditional tales to this. I'll just come out into the top level there.